Over the past 2 years, I've lost about 75 pounds, and I consider myself to be in the best shape of my life. Overall, I just have more energy, my clothes fit so much better, and I just feel so much better on a daily basis. And everyone always comes up to me and asks me, how did you do it? What did you do? What was your diet and exercise? And what did you eat? How often did you exercise? All kinds of questions. And I always tell them, but then sometimes they always say something like, man, I wish I could lose a lot of weight, or I need to lose a lot of weight too. And I always tell them there are so many benefits to losing weight. And honestly, it may not be as hard as you think it is. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, about 1/3 of America is considered obese. And obesity leads to many different types of conditions, including heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancer. Obesity also leads to higher medical costs. According to the CDC, medical costs are about $1,500 more per year for people who are obese compared to those who are not. Life expectancy is also shorter for those who are obese. According to a study done by the University of Oxford, those who are moderately obese will live 3 years less, and those who are severely obese will live about 10 years less. But I think everyone agrees that losing weight has its benefits. Not too many people are going to be opposed to that. However, the real question is, how do you lose weight? I think a lot of people, when they think of how to lose weight, they always think of running marathons and eating things like tofu and salad for every meal. And for me personally, that just wasn't the case. The secret is simply diet and exercise. 1 pound is equal to about 3,500 calories. Therefore, in order to lose 1 pound, you must either burn more than 3,500 calories or eat less than 3,500 calories, or some combination of both. And to put this in perspective, there are about 170 calories in a Mountain Dew can. So if you just eliminate 1 Mountain Dew can a day, this will equal about 1,200 calories, or about 1/3 of a pound. And I know 1/3 of a pound doesn't seem like a lot, but that's just 1 Coke can a day. And it does add up after a while. Another thing to do is to stop eating at night. According to an article on WebMD, the time that you're eating does not matter as much as why you're eating. When you eat at night, it's mostly from boredom and stress rather than hunger. Therefore, it's unnecessary. It's just out of habit. And the same theory of dieting also pertains to exercise. That 1 pound is equal to 3,500 calories. And exercise, the whole point of exercise is to burn calories. And one big tip I have for exercise is find some activity that you enjoy. For me personally, it was a lot of playing sports and lifting weights and just being outside. But some other people that might like walking or hiking or like sports I mentioned or running. There's so many different activities that you can do to help burn more calories. To put this in perspective, according to a chart by Harvard Heart Letter, a half hour of walking burns about 200 calories, a half hour of hiking about 260, basketball 355, and running about 450. Note that these don't really seem that high compared to what you're actually doing. Like 1 can of Mountain Dew is about 170 calories, which is almost the same as walking half an hour. So therefore, in my personal opinion, the diet is way more important than the exercise. In closing, everyone agrees that there are benefits to losing weight. However, not everyone does anything about it. You must remember that 1 pound is about 3,500 calories, and the main secret is diet and exercise. And in closing, I'd like to give you 3 tips for losing weight. And those are patience, consistency, and determination. First, you must have a lot of patience, because it's not going to happen overnight or on a weekly or maybe even a monthly. You have to go many months to really see a lot of weight loss. And sometimes you go through weeks and not lose any weight, and sometimes you lose a lot of weight. You must have patience throughout all of it. Sometimes it gets very frustrating, but you just have to have patience. 2 is consistency. You must consistently do the same thing every day. You can't just diet and exercise for 1 or 2 days a week. You must do it for 6 or 7 days a week. And 3rd is determination. You must have enough self-discipline to keep dieting and exercising. So in closing, I hope I persuaded some of you maybe that always want to lose weight and just didn't know how to start, or maybe just didn't know how. I hope I persuaded some of you to perhaps start. Thank you and best of luck.